car. Oh boy. Faulty. Oh, oh boy. बच गए, बच गए. Uh, he's gone. After 5 minutes. Na, 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 na. Or Clory. अरे चुप करा रहा मैं. Oh, oh, oh. Ay, dang. Let's go, Miramar. BB team is at number 5. Dang. They used to be on number 1. "90 kill VP. Team Falcon is number 2. Where is the T5? T5 is at 15. Oh, game start. Win is at number 9. Falcon number 1. Baby number 2. They used to be number 1. Now they are number 2. BP are number 3. T5 are number 4. They are actually close. If you see the 1 to 4, they are really close. Team Liquid is at number 10. I think they used to be on number 13 in the last match. Let's go. Yes. Let's go. Look at this. This spread. Let's go. Top 14s, PP, Falcon, AGL. This is the group B. Five, four, four. All right. Arrow. Up. Gone. VP is out. Hello, hello, Sham. Hello, brother. Ekanthari. लटा दिया ऐसा उसने. VP आउट है, AL आउट है. नावी भी आउट है. बाकी सभी टीम के सारे प्लेयर जिंदा हैं अभी. टीम लिक्विड ये भी बच गए सारे ही. 3 नॉक थे, एक बचा हुआ था, वो बचा ले गया सभी को. केवल 2 किल आए हैं टीम लिक्विड के पास अभी. रिट्रीट रिट्रीट. Why? He should have retreated instead of spraying. Now he is dead. Yeah. Either you should keep quiet yourself or just retreat from that place. Oh, he's gone. Uh, Team and Slayer. Sorry, you guys are not able to hear the voice. I just realized.
They're being shot in the back themselves as well. Philfirst once again getting active over the top of the hill.
And tell you what, all of these kills are getting stolen by somebody else. BB team has been very active with this. I think Falcons even stole one away from the northern side. Gustav's still alive though. He's creeping in. He could be a problem as Xiaopian on that high side. He's gonna get shot in the back.
What?
Vestalok gonna take down Xiaopian as somehow Asla Pentagram still in it. What a spray from Gustav. Will take down Xiaotong. He'll collect a 1 point at least for FaZe.
Salvage, salvage, salvage. That's all you can do. BB team now alert to the information that Gustav is around here. Ming still here too, so 2 solos sat on the southern side. I think for BB it's a smart play to disengage on this. They know they have to compound on the edge of the circle. There's so much more fight for. Let these solos deal with one another, and there's the first one gone down.
Fantastic work from BB team as they continue to flex out from their high ground position, but got to give a shout out where it's due. Game start win.
Yeah.
8 kills. They're still in it. As we now see Bagopot trying to do the same thing that FaZe just had to do, and they're having, well, similar luck. They just nowhere really to play. Guyon will stay alive just by the grace of the vehicle. Is Gustav still alive? He's still trying to make his way in, but BB team is looking.
I love the early cross up from Guyon though. The fact that they know we have to get inside the circle somehow. There is no world in which to play the northern side of that road. But playing across the south, they can't do much with it. But you're inside circle, and once the compounds start fighting, once the valley down below gets contested, that's when you start engaging. For Falcons, though, they're trying to pull up on this one. It's all or nothing type move, and Akan is there to open up early.
What a spray from Akan to start things off, and Petrichor going to steal the point away. Kickstart now going to go down as well as Petrichor Road has vision on all of this from that northern side. Bagopod just, I mean, they're not even having to defend their compound. Petrichor Road doing it for them.
That is true. AC applying a lot of pressure from the side. Song Yang trying to get the points with it, but Kickstart wiggling around, not going to allow him to get...
Okay. Team Falcons have at least found a foothold in with a duo. Akan.
The blue zone.
Eat the blue zone here. For now, we'll at least make sure he gets that.
Oh boy. True. He is gone.
Songjang going down to the blue. And Tickleton now, oh, he's exposed.
They are dead now.
Well, the damage just too much in the end.
Yep, down to low HP, both of them going down to blue because of it. So important point for teams needs not getting them. As BB team now start flexing further towards the east, they have forgot about Gustav though. As I say, that Philfirst is actually looking south. They should, I mean, that's not one you let slip. It literally happened 2 minutes ago. You know there's still a FaZe player alive somewhere, so good on Philfirst to keep track of blue zone.
No, sir. We do not forget about Gustav. Well, we got 2 solos out in the blue. Biel Malcolmo for Rock has managed to secure a few more placement, although they're not in placement points just yet. He's staying alive for the time being. And
it's a placement contest between the two.
It is.
Left alive.
It's a fight for 1 point here, a heal off. Well, I got to tell you, man, BB team, they look like they're back on their day 1 stuff.
Yeah.
As they are just still 4 alive. They've got the southern side, they've got the high ground, and they're just coming across and third partying on these teams and catching people at a disadvantage. I don't think I've seen anybody shoot at them yet, just because they haven't really given us anything to shoot at.
There you go.
There you go. Rock will go down.
You won the solo heal off. We'll see how much more he can do with it as FaZe 3 has come around healing. You have to just insta-commit to it, but 11 first aids for Gustav. Maybe some more to be found.
CTG. They are still 4 alive. They are doing pretty good compared to the yesterday.
They've had nothing to do this whole game. They've been on the north side. Just
use it. Use it.
They've been taking shots at teams from range, but 0 kills so far. Nobody's really gone anywhere up there. They've been avoiding it as much as possible. So
and that crowd is why you don't boo a circle 1, because it's not always a bad thing that you don't have the shift come your way. As a matter of fact, it could put you in an even better position.
He is going to die.
All right, here comes Gustav. He's only got 5 left.
Yep. He's going to die.
He's going to make the run for it.
Those 2.
Did they spot him? No, they haven't. Oh, the C4 from BB team.
This would be insane if he actually gets to run in, but it's still quite the run. Oh, Bagopar got one knocked as well. That's a calm down.
Where are they going with it?
Wait, mate.
Nowhere?
You gotta. Why are there two in the car?
I think they're going for the they're going for the Copenhagen Wolves compound. Here we go. Did it time it right? Going right to the middle.
What the heck?
Just a little bit early.
Timing still off. Things the pros can still get better at. As Vex is able to find one. We said it was going to be a placement point game.
Gustav!
But there is Gustav able to find the first one.
Oh.
Chamber is able to take down the number 2.
From the blue, Gustav gets 2, and they're going to have to leave him behind. And now BB team,
Wow.
they were in such control over the top side of that hill, and now they have to push in as a duo. Bagopar, Guyon, the last one left alive. He's got 670
Gun.
so far. That grenade will find Phil first, and now Molodosh will have to push forward through his solo.
He almost got 2.
Impossible run for him to go along that ridge line. T5 has everything in vision from that east. As soon as they get around the corner, they should be.
But this is good.
Change the game, trying to make use of smoke to make the run on down. But I just see Wolves too. I mean, they know what's happening up on that hillside.
Shout out to you guys in the crowd. They got some good signs up there. And
Oh, they are dead. All of them.
team out in 6th place.
BB is eliminated.
That was brutal, all because of that single solitary solo snake, Gustav.
6-point game from 0, from a dead 0-point game to 6 points is a huge salvage for both Gustav and Vex.
Wild stuff. Well, T5, they still got mortars, and they still got Petrichor Road installed.
Oh, gone. He's dead. He's dead.
Gonna get Wembo low, but he's not gonna get the knock. He's gonna go back down, but he's gonna get taken down by Lucas.
Oh, boy.
Find the mark. Rossadid will take down Nan, and here comes the return.
You gotta give him more. Yep, that's the trajectory. Those are the mortars that
That
are
is how
currently
they work.
flying on in. 0 kills though still for T5. They've been set up here, and you can't really fault them because they haven't had eyes on anything. Only now are people actually starting to get within vision.
Oh, he's seeing.
All right, we'll see what Liquid and Wolves can do on this southern side here. Third on 5 have managed to make their foothold a little bit stronger into that top 5. It sounds like we got some comedians out there.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
not sure what's
fun
happening.
fact, yeah,
They're having
fun.
a great time. Yeah, if you're in Bangkok, make sure you come on down here and get involved in this because we're doing fun things. Wolves, though, they are not having nearly as fun of a time as they are very much pinned in their compound.
Not at all. Have to make a send. They've welcome back, buddy. Able to find the double headshot connected. Bissell stood no chance in making that play happen.
Well, Michael trying to provide some support from up high. Vox!
Oh, boy.
Nade finds Ming Ming and AZ. Now, if you're Liquid, you have to see that in the kill feed and start thinking about maybe making a push here.
Thing is, I mean, they also know they have T5 on the north side.
Gone.
Go for it. Fact is not gonna happen. As you can see here, even if Liquid tries to make the aggressive play across, you are in line of sight of T5 through that entire transition. So we'll think of it. You know what I mean? The fact that they have
T5, TL, Hero.
1-2 smoke path and throw some nades over because they're making the play happen now, but now they've already gotten the rest and are flexed out again.
Might been just a question of timing here as Chewy
Yeah, this could be dangerous.
does get spotted out, 34 HP, but he's going to
Oh, gone.
throw a grenade. Nan will find the first knock on Alo. Chewy is very low as well, but the nades keep on coming. Chewy down to Purdy Curdy. As now 3rd on 5, you can see they're hopping in vehicles. They're going to start getting involved. Luke 12 going to go down from there from range. 3 up for Petrichor Road as they will take the spray. And there you go. Purdy Curdy goes down.
T5 might not get a lot of kills off of this. There comes their first of the entire match, but they're getting this one served on a platter. Liquid cannot look south right now because they have the opponents going on the other side. Petrichor Road.
Oh, boy.
And what better saving grace than Sparking leaving the game with a double nade onto Petrichor Road. Now just 1 left alive. Ming Ming concedes this one, and it's going to be a T5 victory.
T5.
The crowd is loving it. Baritone 5.
Rossichet Junior.
Junior right there. And you know what? We didn't get to see a lot of kills from Baritone 5, but you know, they had the northern side on lock. There was only so much they could really do. I think at the end, they may have only ended up with 2 overall, but hey, a win's a win, Toby.
A song once came out starting with a lot of arse and then something about staying alive in the end of it. And you know what? You'll take those 10 points if they come as free as this. Petrichor, 3rd on 5, already in a good position. They will happily lean back and get a freebie like that.
Absolutely, and we can't wait to see just how well this is going to look for Team Liquid, Copenhagen Wolves, teams that were in that kind of danger zone that really needed to kind of push themselves back up again, and GSW also climbing back in. So we're 2 games down, we've got 4 left to go, and it is still exciting.
That's 3 victories in 8 games here for Theraton 5 as they put another one on the board live here from Bangkok, and that is
TL के पास काफी अच्छा मौका था.
from them to be able to dissuade Petrichor Road from any further aggressions towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, great game by then. My favorite part was after the win when we got to see the little one raised high, cheering on Dad.
The baby!
The baby as he takes home the victory. But it was a good game for them. Also, you know, I felt like we got a little bit of a hackatory waking here. He died eventually, but he got 2 kills. Looked better than he has in the last. This is just because he's on my team.
Yeah, I was nodding along with you, hoping that
maybe. If he had won the double there, that would have been really cool.
He did knock one of them. It was a peak too far, though. Unfortunately, Hackatory didn't have any backup, considering everybody had gone down. Na'Vi needs to shape up in order to be able to ship out when it comes to that top 5, because they can't do it this way.
Another big moment in this was the fact that VP, who won our first game, ended up in a fight over the church with GSW, who's desperate for points right now, and ultimately gave 4 points over to a team that's desperate for them. The bottom of the leaderboard impressed me the most today so far. Petrichor, Copenhagen Wolves, GSW. These guys clearly got the message and came out swinging.
I do think they've been shooketh after what was going on yesterday, and now they need to right the ship a little bit. But you're totally on the money here with that. At least, of course, Wolf was able to get into the top 4. Petrichor into the top 4 here, trying for that fight back. But where Theraton 5 was, there wasn't really much room for them to do anything. I mean, you could see how pressed up against the blue Petrichor Road was against the line of sight that Theraton 5 had.
T5 had a good spot, and again, it comes down to win the games you're supposed to win, but more importantly, up to the bottom of the leaderboard, salvage every single point you can when you need to. For me, that's the story of the first 2 games. Our top teams, Falcons have been fun to watch, but they're losing people early. Na'Vi has not been as effective as I'd like to see. Virtus Pro won a game, but they're still being a little more laid back, I feel like, in some of these fights. They're leaving the door open and saying, all right, bottom, if you guys want to fight for that 3, we're going to kind of let you do your thing. And those guys have come out from the jump being crazy. Vex also crazy.
Pull some interesting faces from time to time, you know.
Well,
it's just how we are in the UK, you know.
I think it says Michael Bachman. They got that right afterwards.
Oh yeah, that was
taking each other out.
That was all in the first game. Yes. No, that's ridiculous. Actually, I do believe they're a duo tomorrow, Vex and Michael as well, because the UK boys, they stick together. They do.
Liquid guys look exhausted, but they're actually playing really, really well. This is the Liquid I wish we had seen all year long. They're fighting their way up into the top 6. I mean, they're actually at a point where they could strike into the top 5 in a bid for the grand final.
It's 13 points going the way of Theraton 5. It's not the biggest of wins, but it's a win, so they'll take it to be able to push them up a little bit further. Petrichor Road, extremely important points. Team Liquid, extremely important points to make sure that they're showing up defenses.
And GameStar Win, who was on the bottom of the leaderboard, gets themselves into 8 kills. 0 placement, but again, you figure out what you can get. Theraton 5, though, only 3 kills, still 13 points. It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning. The chicken dinner is what matters most, and for them, it's going to be another confidence builder as they continue to show what the home crowd can do.
Talk to me Copenhagen Wolves, because obviously 8 points here is a very important move for them so far. Obviously, we do have Snakers on board. What Snakers done for you so far? Is it enough for you so far?
So far, Snakers has helped them qualify here in PAS.
Yes.
I have not seen anything here yet that makes me say, hey, here's a great swap out. You know, Gats is on the bench. This was the right choice. he is doing more work than anybody else on the team, but right now it feels like it's a 3 support Snakers strat, and it needs to really be the whole team making moves at the same time.
And we know that they're capable individually, and when it comes to the total leaderboards, good old BB team is going to be able to take that top spot for the Mumless Falcons in second place. Virtus Pro with the third. Theron 5 jumps a little into that fourth. Changed the game though. Like again, just what they've only had like 5 points or so today here to be able to push them up a little bit beyond all of this. So they're in the top 5 right now. But there's still so many teams that can strike at them. It's so close from 5th all the way down.
And honestly, that win from T5 puts them into a spot where I would say they're pretty much safe, right? If they
should
continue gaining 4 or 5 per game, they should be a lock-in to go to the finals. And Change the Game, while having good plays so far, has not done the same thing. They have left that door open. Na'Vi, Bagopal, Liquid, and Asla Pentagram are easily in striking distance with the way these teams have been playing. Asla with Red Zone. If Red Zone can get them to the grand final by his heavy lift himself, that would be one of the most epic single performances I have ever seen.
To reference what we were saying at the beginning of the day, as well as if you watched yesterday, 122 points was that cutoff for top 5 for DN Freaks yesterday, and then down towards the bottom, 17 Gaming survived with 81 points, and it was like really close, just a few points in it and things like that. So we're keeping an eye on those for now, but we are going to go to a break. When we return, the wildcard map's on the way here for Group B, day number 3.
Fueled by the same passion as esports athletes, Zowie continuously develops tailored products, empowering gamers to bring their best out. Today, we are launching the all-new XL2566X Plus, which uses the newly developed Fast TN panel and upgraded Diac 2 technology. The new monitor series continue to evolve, refining details to ensure players can perform their best consistently in games.
That's me. And you're probably wondering how I ended up here. Well, it's pretty standard. Check this out. Music player in my chest. It's powering up my new robot arm. Oh. It's making everything sync up with the beat. Let's rock. This is awesome! Vandalay Technologies isn't just coming from my arm. They're after all of us. That's the defect!
What in the hell am I looking at?
The name's Chai, not Defect.
Is this the guy?
We'll take down this company. One boss at a time. Just so you know, they're insane.
I'm here, baby. Hold on, did you just feel that? That beat?
one I'd been waiting for.
Dinkum.
In Dinkum. Find adventure in every direction.
Dinkum.
The plane has taken to the sky for the final time over Miramar here at the group stages of PGC 2025. And what an absolutely insane start to the day and finish to the group stage we are witnessing today. The teams that need it most, Poro, are really rising to the occasion.
My heart. And we're seeing just individual play, too.
Yeah,
I mean, you talk about, obviously, Red Zone. Oh, we're going to be watching that replay for years. and then Hackatory almost pulls off the exact same thing against Liquid. That was almost a beautiful thing. But I mean, we're seeing it though. These guys are warmed up. All the rust is knocked off. Everybody knows what is at stake at this point, and they are leaving it all on the table, Toby.
Which they better, because it is as close as it could possibly get with this slow but steady rise up of GameStar, win all the way down from the bottom. And anyone's legend still, I mean, while it's not anything flashy, getting a couple of points here and there, able to stay in it. Things are getting closer by the game as we now take to Tego for the final time here of the group stages.
Now is when things start to get a little weird.
Tego.
When you start throwing in Tego and Rondo, that's when things start to get a little bit weird. But you know what? You got to give credit. GameStar win. They saw what JDG was able to do yesterday, and they said, you know what? Why not us? We're going to come out here, and we're going to put it all on the table and put it all on the line. And so far, so good. They are still well within striking range of that 13th position. And then you look at the other side of the leaderboard, change the game. Who would have thought? Change the game coming in, and they are in the top 5 right now.
मजा मिरामार वाले मैप में ही आता भाई छुपने के लिए कोई जगह नहीं है और वहाँ पे ये है कि अगर तुम रेज को यूज़ करना जानते हो ना सही से तो ही बच पाओगे तो
We'll give you one on Tego.
Okay.
Then they also said we'll give you one on Miramar, which we did forget about, but they said they were going to give one on Tego, and now that we've mentioned it, maybe they're getting the caster buff and not the caster curse, and they make it happen, because they need a turnaround from how incredible their start to day one was. We have not seen anything of it since.
You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and say, you know what? I think it might actually benefit Navi more to have to play through the final stage and get a few more reps. Now, they wouldn't. Nobody wants to have to do that. You'd love to be able to just get through the grand final, but I think a few more reps for this team just seems like it would be beneficial. I don't know.
सबसे सही प्लेसमेंट बीजीपी की है इस समय.
I don't know if they would benefit, but I think it's a mixed bag, sort of. They wouldn't necessarily benefit, but it also wouldn't be bad for them.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I think for them it's just
पूरा मैप खाली है उनके लिए आसपास का.
finishing top 5 in this group, so why in the world aren't we there? You know, like the annoyance, the frustration of having had such a great day one, and now having to play from behind. I say behind, they're only 1 point, literally 1 point out, but still, they were sat solidly up in the top coming into day 2, and now they aren't there anymore.
Yeah, that top 4 is kind of separating themselves pretty quickly. BB team obviously still having a phenomenal day, and after Falcons took over first place there temporarily, BB team taking it back with a
Survival 27 minute.
Virtus Pro also still looking good, third on 5, that win, although not a huge win, and that
16 team है 64 alive हैं.
you know, but a win's a win, and they're now 104 points. I mean, you see how clear they are of 5th, and yeah, I think they should be feeling pretty comfy.
पूरे 100 player भी नहीं है या फिर कैप है 16 team तक ही.
Rossiter Jr.
Rossiter Jr. the second. Another potential MVP of this whole group stage, though, is this man on screen right now. Let's hear what Red Zone had to say.
Yes.
With Red Zone once again from Asla Pentagram. So I would like to ask you, because today on the first match you have done such an impressive 1v3 against BB. You pulled off with that, so please walk us through that, please.
첫 번째 매치에서 비비 상대로 굉장한 1대3 킬러를 보여주셨는데요. 그때 상황을 한번 설명해 주실 수 있을까요?
이제 팀원들이 다 죽고 저 혼자 남았었는데 상대는 많은 걸 알고 있었고 저는 혼자여서 상대가 저를 잡으러 올 걸 알고 있었지만 이길 자신이 있어서 그냥 총 쏘니까 이긴 것 같습니다.
My teammates were all dead and I was alive alone, and I knew that they were pushing through me, but I felt confident about it and I just shot them and they died.
Ooh, all right, so this is so impressive, and let's look forward for Asla Pentagram.
I shoot, they die. You know what, we need to know no more. I will say, though, guys just watching the replays there, notice how it wasn't until the very final shot. The first 4 kills came with no leaning at all. Korea peeking just straight on A, like A and D'ing back and forth from the window. I think a lot of up-and-coming players, a lot of players that just play this on the casual will always try and lean around the corner of the window there. For him and for many pros alike, they do this peek where they just wiggle back and forth left, right, rather than leaning left and right. And, well, as we can see there, very, very effective.
And you know what? If you also wanted to learn something from that one, work smarter, not harder. Let the let the blue zone do 75% of their health before you even get in the 1v3.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden it becomes so much easier.
Definitely.
It's still impressive.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't
happen in the highlight, but it literally got a double knock just 30 seconds before that took place.
I mean, yeah. Well, he got it with the Copenhagen Wolves. He almost 1v3 2 separate teams. So I mean.
Run, ball, run.
Yeah, can't shoot at that. You can't shoot at Chewie and expect people to stand there.
You're just like, yep, that's Tank.
Silhouetting going, no, Tank, you shall not.
Do anything about that.
Can't be doing that.
Scared away with mean words.
Yep, get him off.
Evil glances.
Evil glances galore.
That one's a little bit more effective.
Yeah.
Shrimsy going to take a few shots over towards FaZe, who are trying to make their way in from that western side on the southern part of the river, getting a little close to Falcons, but it's only one of Falcons shooting, so not too terribly perturbing, as Kickstart will take to the skies.
Incredible to look, though. I was to look at the south side of this circle, inside circle, I should say, how many teams have opted to push north already. When you're on that peninsula on the southern part of this, you know that there's only so much space to fight for. What makes it even more difficult is where GameStart Win is currently set up on this hillside. They have such a good overview of effectively everything there is on this peninsula that you gotta claim something early and get indoors, because if not, then you're going down and your tires are probably gonna be popped with it. So east, completely vacant. Northwest slowly now starting to get taken from the teams that landed on the northwest island, but the south is already jam-packed, and we still have 3 more teams yet to make it in. They're all coming from that same southern side.
And it all looks like they're going to stay on the south too, as they're going from the southwest, they're rotating east, east and then north. So what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams north of the river right now. Bagopah kind of making their way over towards Shipyard. We'll see if they stay there or they cross over. I see a nice little care package pickup dropping down there, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them stick around a little bit longer as we see Kickstart high in the sky. toying with the red zone. The less dangerous of the two red zones, I feel like we've seen recently.
See, great eyes, great vision. Curious to know exactly what he is looking for around them. Obviously, they are inside circle, but on the very southern side, but with a lot of water that could favor a phase 2 and 3 in their direction. Should we go anywhere south at all with this next shift coming up?
Yeah, just completely free inside terminal, and they'll know that Navi is going to be just off to their east. Navi going to opt back into that 2-2. I mean, that's a spot that they're used to playing with Twisted Minds in terminal off to their west, so they'll know how to play that one comfortably and carefully. As we see Team Liquid making their way on the eastern edge of this map. They're going to come through just on the south side of Airport. So you mentioned all that eastern side, all that northeastern side up all the way up to Shipyard, pretty free and clear. So Sparky's just going to see a whole lot of freedom in front of him as he scouts out for the rest of his squad.
Yep, exactly. Flying over the airport and pathing his way for him and his team. And for Liquid, I think, I mean, even if the server goes west here, given that they came from that southern side so late, they're going to be well aware there's plenty of space to maneuver. For the likes of Bakopar, though, not quite the case. They set up on the northern side, and they've just heard Change the Game come in. Now they're going to be nearby themselves, and I think for Ares and Hang Yi, got a decision to make. Do we stand our ground here, or do we back off knowing we have more space to play further towards the west?
Well, it doesn't look like they're too terribly interested in making a full-on press here, as Wembo and Tianchan still holding off to the west. So it looks like they're just going to listen for sound cues. Bagopah, looks like most of them actually heading back towards Shipyard, doing a little bit more looting up on that care package drop, although BB Team has now arrived, and they are sitting just on that eastern side of Army Base. Third on 5 are making their way through Army Base right now, so we'll keep an eye up there to see if they get any closer, as Bagopah and Change the Game still dancing around each other.
Vehicles gonna give the info across, though there are enemies in the nearby areas. So I think for Change the Game, they're just gonna duck in that much deeper off of having heard that. For T5, are they gonna fully commit, just, you know, send it down the road? Are they gonna stop and scout forward? They have been very wise about their kind of playing safe once they figure, now we're in a territory where there could be an opponent they've been stopping, and I think they're looking to do the same here. Great adjustment, because Luka was waiting just over the other side.
Yeah, I'm looking at Fluky. I'm wondering if Fluky is in the sky right now, and maybe they spotted him out, but no, they get a little bit too close. Ranger X gonna immediately get taken down by Azuzi, and Rossida Jr. will have to escape, and he will make it out pretty free and clear, but that is one picked off, and one more point picked up by BB Team as the shift will go to the east.
Well, we talked about the east, where down towards that south over the river. We're gonna be seeing a lot of that right now. Issue is, as you can see on the map as well, you're going to be coming in from that airport side. It's all open fields, and you can have a hard time transitioning on anything that isn't roads around there. So how do we go northeast on this? It's going to be so difficult.
All right, a number of teams already running into each other. FaZe and Wolves will trade one back. Bizzler going to go down. He's trying to see if he can find the knock on to Michael, as a few more shots actually Kiss. And the rest of Myth, they're just south of dead center in a 2-2 split, and they have got great vision over everything making their way through. But Baron will get taken down by who else? Red Zone again.
What clutch timing. He had a great line of sight on his teammate, but able to get
he gets another one
as well. Red Zone is on Hammer. Well, he's been good through this tournament so far as well. This time around a bit too good, as Red Zone finds themselves the third, single-handedly dismantling the entirety of Myth.
And Myth was in such good position, but they will go down in 16th place. And where has this Pentagram squad been? They are looking too dangerous. And now we cut over to that eastern side of Shipyard. Change the Game, and Bagopah will finally run into each other.
One thing is for sure, every single person in the world is going to have Red Zone on their fantasy team coming into Last Chance. Hell, I mean, they could even make grand finals without them.
What, his price is going to go skyrocketing after this one. Looks like Bagopah will lose one. Pio will continue to pull away. Khan will probably rejoin him, but good hold there by CTG, as they actually, no, they don't even get the kill. The point for the kill, it gets stolen away by BB Team. So BB Team now too deep, as they secure their hold a little bit more on first place.
Well, They're on 5 realizing, oh, it's a pretty long rotation and we got an entire river to cross. Let's send at least one up high. Maybe pop a parachute real early too to try and scout forward. The rest of the team opted not to go. Floki is far off in the north and escrows it while sat on the epic. I'm not sure if he actually missed it or if it's intentional that he was left behind.
Either way, 3rd on 5 will have 2 making their way still over from the west, and BB team, after stealing food out of the mouths of Change the Game, will make their way across the bridge, but they're going to take a few shots over from Team Liquid. But look at that, a nice, cozy, comfy compound just sitting here waiting for them.
Slow rotations for BB team and safe. Go from the edge into the next position, into the next position. That's how they like to do it. If they can play into phase 5 with 0 kills, they'll happily do it if that means they've avoided any sort of confrontation that long.
Falcons still playing around that southern edge. Kickstart trying to scout out for the rest of the boys. I think he spotted Rock, but maybe only 2 of Rock. I don't think he spotted all of Rock, as Red Zone is just looking like he's just driving around hunting for more kills at this point. He's like a lion, and he's going to take a few shots from RBN, and that's going to let him know that this is taken territory.
Definitely.
He is nowhere near the rest of his team right now. I don't even know. I think he might have been. Oh, he's going for the revive station, but Falcons is there.
The revive station. Oh, he's going for the next one in airport. Okay, I see what you're doing, but you're also driving like in between 3 different teams, so maybe at this point.
He's gone.
But then again, I say that and look at what this man is capable of doing. There is no stopping him.
That was close.
Absolutely nasty.
Then I'll find the last solid cleanup. They're feeling it as much as ever. Myth, on the other hand, they got stopped.
Yeah, they're in trouble, man. We're now halfway through the day, and they're sitting in 14th place. If the teams in 13th and above start collecting some points here, they're going to find that cut line moving away from them. So hopefully they can kind of regroup and get ready for the next game quickly, because they got some work left to do.
And it's the polar opposite of what we've seen from Pentagram, right? I mean, former Forest Gaming, Myth, they came into this tournament with all types of momentum going the way off of what KISS was able to do in previous global tournament. So for them to come out with effectively nothing up until this point is a bit of a head scratcher. Hopefully they can rally around the firepower that they have on the roster and get something going with 3 games left.
All right, Navi. We've got Hackatory already up here. Ferris getting a little bit closer. They're going to give VP fits right now as they try to make their way across the river. Meanwhile, RBN and the Rock Boys are making the push into Anyone's Legend after getting the initial knock onto Himass. So that's going to be a full 4v4 as the rest of Anyone's Legend has arrived.
See here, Destroy sat ready waiting on the inside. Answers galore between these 2 teams. As, of course, as with every other PUBG fight these days, utility is the main weapon of choice, and then guns come into use when you don't have any more utils to work with.
Oh no!
Oh.
Going to go down to CC108, so game
That was close.
also having an angle onto this. Third party from uphill. Santastico will find the knock on Destroy with that grenade, and you can see in the kill feed VP and Navi are going at it as well. So multiple fights going on as we wait for this next circle to collapse.
We have seen 1 knock with guns, everything else is
Damn.
we won't finish without it either. Beal able to find Himass, and that's once again Anyone's Legend now with a 0-pointer.
That is 2 teams in Myth and Anyone's Legends that desperately needed to find something here, but they'll have to wait as they're on 5 now, sneaking up behind Navi. Navi was trying to put themselves in a position to take this fight with Virtus Pro, but maybe taking a little bit too long. Extends, has Corexi dead to rights out in the middle of the beach, and yes, he will get him in the end, but not before getting knocked down to 6 HP.
Oh, he's gone now.
Push further forward, finds one. Great time in the push through there. There is still more pressure on the southern side, but Hackatory can't commit at this point. He's hurt the vehicles of T5 coming in, so he can't stand aggressively looking forward. This should be VP with a reset possible. Nixie though will fall, so will Corexi. VP down to 2.
And we see that circle center right on top of Team Liquid. We'll see how quickly they get everybody back in as Pentagram is able to get Hammer back on his feet, so they'll be back to full strength as they try to make their way in. And now You see the Wolves driving right past Asla. No shots coming through. Meanwhile, Ranger X, third on 5. It's actually just Ranger X. The rest of third on 5 on the south side. So Ranger X just trying to get out of here as quickly as he can after getting that knock and flush onto Hangy. And now you can see the rest of his squad is getting involved.
Oh, that was close.
So third on 5 getting it from every angle right now.
Definitely Ranger X trying to get the safety on the northern side, but you gotta heal fast, my man, because the blue zone is crawling in 10 seconds time, and Change the Game is set here, all waiting for you. Trying to make a move happen. Able to spot one, catches the second as well, but can't quite connect.
Look, Ranger X just on a solo mission from God right now to ruin the game of Change the Game as
Let's run away. That's not good place.
There you go, the knock will finally come through.
He's gone.
And that will be a thorn out of the side of Change the Game, and they can make their way into the north side of this circle.
But how do they path into this? It's going to be interesting. Do they take the fight straight to Falcons? Do they try to wrap out on the eastern side, maybe play into the Bagopar compound? Will be interesting to see. CGGs, they've been good with their rotations as of halfway through yesterday and today. So we'll see how they opt to path this one. For now, I think it's going to be slow playing out on the very edge.
And once again, we got a...
Oh boy.
Let's pop the boat.
Oh. Oh, that is so close.
As well as Michael, I can't believe Michael's still alive. Snakers goes down. Michael stayed alive with just about.
Those are good.
Beamy still out in the blue. That's a follow-up. They'll survive that one again. Another follow.
There's one more coming.
Yeah, there is. Oh, it's dangerous waters. Row away, row away. Oh, look at Team Liquid Alo actually going out there to see if he can maybe catch him by surprise as Vex will spot out Howl from Pentagram.
Caught in a wide split here, though. Gustav playing the north side position of this James in a good position to maybe find one as well, and that is going to be successful. Hammer taken down, but not before Glass finds one in return. Vart down flush 2. So face down to 3 as Red Zone now enabled once more. Catches James as it comes through the smoke. Almost gets the second, but Glass is there to trade for him.
He's got a shotgun rider with him as he's got 3 kills already.
3 kill pro.
About 400, 500 damage for Red Zone, 300 for Glass. So he's got 2 of them. Gustav, the last one up for FaZe.
Friend.
Gotta send it in. Has that grenade sent on. Might fall. Oh my goodness. Red Zone just barely surviving that one. As, okay, the circle gonna keep going down towards the south. So we got all these teams on the north that are gonna have to make their way in.
Nice flex around there. They heard the vehicle go on the other side, maybe function as a bait. Let Red Zone do his thing. He's set up here just on the backside of this. Will throw a nade over sometime soon, so the info will be fed across to go to this, the one nearby.
And he's trying to see if he can stick around long enough to get the res on the teams, but they're not going to let it happen. Glaz will get taken down by Gustav, and now he's in the 1v1 versus Red Zone, but that is a beautiful flashbang, and Red Zone will clean it up.
5 kills yet again for this absolute mystery maniac to come out and dumpster people at a global tournament like this. Speaking thereof, RP able to find himself almost gets the third. Tian gets the better of himself in the end of it, and in a blink of an eye, Change the Game are eliminated.
And Rock continue their climb up the leaderboard. That's another 5 kills for them as they try to fight in from that northeastern side, getting shot at in the backs from Petrichor Road, and they will find a little bit of solace here, but this is still outside of zone, so they're going to have to take the fight with Bagopar if they want to make it into the circle.
Let's see, kickstart. Let's find one. It's going to open up, a push come forward. Floki catches Ming mid-air, but has to get back down behind the rug. Shots coming in from the northern side. AC with a good angle, but Rusted can't really get down to try and help him out, despite the fact that Chewy is actually wrapped around. He needs to engage this real soon as Floki goes for yet another peek. Headshot connected, but can't find the knock.
Oh, he's going to peek from the other side now. You get it. He's going to get taken by Chewy with the vehicle. As AZ, let's see if they can get the res onto him. But Rossiter Jr., where is he? He's nowhere near this. So Petrichor Road should have a chance to reset. Meanwhile, Red Zone still circling around in the blue. He might make it in on the south side. Falcons trying to push into Liquid, but they are getting taken down. Nice grenade from Luke 12. Will get the knock on a Shrimzy.
Important knock come through as well. That is the shortest plane path I've ever seen of a rescue helicopter. That is,
I know.
That is 800-meter drop zone But nonetheless, Ming will get out and land in his compound with his teammates from GameStartWin, who are, again, I mean, look at the jump up they can make here with the 4 teams in front of them eliminated already. And we're not even inside placement points yet. They have 1 of 3 compounds still left in play. If they can stay alive through to top 3 here, that's going to be so big for GSW.
They got to get to work. The Falcons still trying to push in through Team Liquid. Luke 12 holding the side. Meanwhile, BB Team, they're starting to wrap around. They might have an angle down onto GameStarWin. First knock comes through. Falcons continue to try to push in. Alo will spot out Tiggleton through the smokes, and that'll put a damper on the Falcons' push.
But hold so far for Liquid, they've struggled being able to contain when teams have been pushing through up until this point in the tournament. So far, it looks pretty good for them. While Luke was in an off angle there and dealt with, he's been able to get back to his teammates further towards the east. And look at this for GameStarWin. Somewhere up in the sky really wants these boys out of elimination, and seemingly right now they're getting everything they need to make it happen, but it's on themselves to bring this one home.
Haven't got a chance to talk about it just yet, but somehow, some way, Bloomy still in, and he is sneaking up right behind BB Team as they get stabbed in the back once again, but this time it looks like they should be able to reset. Won't be as disastrous as it was for them in game number 2.
How many times have we seen Beamy come in and completely dismantle teams in front of him just to continue sneaking his way further forward? During the meantime, Petrichor Road need big things happening. They too want to separate themselves from the bottom pack, so Chewy delivering here once more was pivotal in their success on game 1 in being able to push into Na'Vi when they did, and here successful once more.
A lot of trades coming through, and now Team Liquid just down to 2. As it looks like Shrimzy's going to try to go for the revive, but Bagopah has left their compound on the northern side, and they are wrapping in this direction. They've got grenades in hand. They've got the Falcons in their sights as shots from Bestalock, of all people, on the other side of this are going to pull him down. Alo will get Tiggleton. The trade comes through, and now Team Liquid down to just Purdy Curdy. Purdy Curdy is ready for it, though, and it's actually going to be BB Team that gets involved. Team Liquid goes down.
So difficult. Both these teams knowing full well there's teams on both sides. They really want to take this fight head on with one another, but there are only so many angles you can approach that fight from.
Oh,
the other guys don't have vision. PO landing an absolute blinder onto RBN will get him from 100 to nothing. As H-Win shooting. I'm not sure if that was just denying a potential point come out the other way.
Well, it's happening once again. Bagopah pushing into Rock, but Rock getting pushed from behind by Petrichor Road. Meanwhile, GameStarWin just hiding in their compound right now. BB Team, meanwhile, has wrapped around down to the south side where they have the raid boss in red zone still alive. Bagopah could be able to get these revives, but Kickstart is sending it over there. Rock is collapsing on top of it. They'll find Songjang. Santastico look in the wrong direction. He's not going to see him. There you go. Another spray comes through. Red zone will go down, and so will Santastico and Molodok.
Everyone on the northern side being absolutely butchered right now. Petrichor holding off. Great positioning from them. Santastico doesn't realize it, but he had such a good position to hold off in that fight as Kickstart now trying to defend the fort while H-Win gets healed on up.
All right, H-Win, let's see what he can do. Kickstart's with him, and this is actually huge. Pero from range, it's going to leave Pio, the last player left alive. He's got that FAMAS, though, and that FAMAS is singing. He'll get the knock and flush on the Kickstart.
Yep, Jammer Pack's about to go out. Phase 6 Hurt's going to be Phase 7 in just a second. You gotta go fast if you're a PO. Can't stop and heal now. Gotta get inside circle, but H1 has the inside of this one. Down to low HP as well, though. Will find one.
There he is.
That's the sprint for the circle. Just exactly able to get in.
Okay. Just in the nick of time, H-Win staying alive. Petrichor Road, for their part, they have had a blinder so far today. They've crawled themselves up into 10th place overall. 4 kills in the bag right now, and we'll see if they can pull off anything else. But BB Team, again, just consistency. Consistency. 7 kills already, and now they're wrapping around on the south side to see if they can take down Rossiter.
Do they know that he is?
Ain't no way.
He has not made a sound for so long now. Creeping up, plenty of utes, but he ain't gonna have time to use it. Peeks on up, finds the first one instantly, goes for the second, almost wins the trade, but not gonna happen more. A great response, needed one, because they were only 2 more on that side. Aduzu was still holding the north, so good on them. Down to 4 teams left alive, and now we think GSW, they did it, they've done it, but they only have 1 kill. You need to maximize out of a position given like this, and right now if they fall, it's a 5-point game. They need more.
Absolutely. Well, BB Team Unfortunately for them, they are just they know that GSW is inside the compound. They're just going to avoid that compound and just continuing death ball wrapping around the edges of this zone. H-Win is going to follow right behind them, I think. He's pretty much figured out what's going on. He knows Petrichor Road is up there, and now they are in sight of BB Team as AZ going to have to hop in the vehicle to avoid the shots from Molodok.
This is how you should use the smoke.
That's where there's
Create a wall.
to go up.
That's actually good.
Trying to make the run on forward now. Issue is have to cut the corner eventually, and now he's in the open eyes of the compound. Maybe gonna be helped a little bit here though. It failed on Miramar just before. Maybe BB can make it happen with the C4 this time around. Where are they going?
Where are they going?
They're wide wrapping.
Oh boy. Oh no. Oh. Oh boy.
Himself instead, as AZ is able to reverse just in the nick of time, but the rest of BB Team, they are crashing down on here. GSW now, they're finally going to leave their compound and try to get some of these points before they're all gone.
They better try and get some of the points and even more, so they better start shooting at BB while they're looking the other way fully right now, preoccupied with dealing with Petrichor. Game start when you have a window to execute, and it's about 2 seconds from now. Xiaotong finds one, but before Bestelog finds one on none.
AZ, the last player left alive for Petrichor Road, but he's got that BRDM as you see the kill feed starting to light up with GSW. They'll take down BB Team, and now they're going to try to see if they have any way to deal with this BRDM as AZ is just driving around. It's on fire. He's got to hop out. GSW, can they secure their win here? Can they find their way out of the dead last bottom spot? They can indeed. Big win for game start win.
In the final seconds of the game, we saw them jump into 15th, then into 14th. Those last second placement points, and with the win on top of it now, is going to boot them right up into contention with the rest of them. They were sat not just in last, but with a big jump up to 15th coming into this. Now they are very much in the conversation once more.
They have been doing everything that they needed to do here today to secure their spot in that top 16, or the top 13 rather, to make sure that they make that last chance qualifier. BB Team, though, they are still so solid. They are collecting so many points across this, but we've got to keep eyes on that bottom three with half of the day down and half the day remaining to play.
Felt like BB Team almost had a little bit of a, we choose you, Petrichor, sense of our hire. I can push them, or I can push you. One of you must suffer. The one after Petrichor, it wasn't the
like, oh, how are we supposed to dislodge GSW? Yeah. Nature across a lot of this circle and seeing how these guys were playing things. Falcons, for the moment, were saved a little bit by the BB Team shots going over against Bagopar, but then you were mentioning Rock was just coming in on the south side of them, so all of this up on the north is terrifying.
Yeah, it was an absolute mess. I will say that, Falcons was rescued by that sort of Rock push onto BG. The back shots from BB that sort of stopped them from defending against them from Team Liquid. Yeah. That was just a fun fight to watch. And then that was an interesting ending, because I imagine having a C4 and saying we could clear a compound, or we could try to track down a BRDM. And they went for the BRDM, which makes me think that's why it felt a little vindictive. Maybe. Because that C4 would have been really nice in the GSW compound.
I guess the problem is with this kind of smaller radius on a C4 explosion now, it's just too spread out, that compound, right? And they were spread out across so much of it. I think with a 3-1 split for that point, so it's so hard to deal with where they were. And that's why I'm kind of saying, for the most part, it felt like a very free win for GSW there when everything was said and done. Some unhappy faces across the board here, though, Toffees. Well, okay, I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
What's anyone's legend doing? This is just shambolic what we're seeing so far from them. They need to a lot more.
It's anyone's guess at this point.
Yeah.
I thought they'd just go out and play crazy. It feels like they're actually, when you put Taikon in and you pull Haisaki out, you have
कार वाला suicide attack necessary था.
They're not doing that. They're still trying to play fundamental PUBG. They're going to the middle. They're not being aggressive. That's what I think they have to do, is they have to say, you know what? We're in 15th. At the end of the day, it's what we're doing isn't working. We see fight, now we take fight. And that's going to be their key to victory.
Yeah, 16 points goes the way of game start win. And I agree with exactly what you're saying. I think at this point, you've only got 3 games left.
Yep.
You need to do what you are known to do, which is just run and gun.
Another team that's really starting to frustrate me severely right now is Made in Thailand, right? We know these guys as Forest Natural Gaming prior to this, but honestly, the PGS 910 Kiss is starting to feel like a myth. I haven't seen him wake up the entire time that he's been here. He has not been putting up the numbers that I expected out of him, and Myth has been a bit of a miss so far in this tournament.
It's good to kind of muse over, right? Because is it the expectation that this location, this crowd, everything being put on you, going from Forest Natural Gaming now to Made in Thailand, a very reputable org in this scene as a whole. But 59 points, it's not hitting home here for them. And even on a game like that, if you think about that first circle where they're dropping over by kind of airstrip area,
great shot.
It should be a great circle for them. They get to choose where they're going before almost every other team, and then they get ram-raided. No opportunity for a fight back.
I kind of wonder if they're in the same position anyone's legend is. When we go back to PGS, they were sort of just playing willy-nilly, taking fights when they felt like it, no pressure whatsoever. They were too passive in that game. They had a good spot. They locked up a compound and sort of said, okay, we're just going to hold and hope something good happens to us.
Well, for the first time, Game Start Win moves out of the bottom 3 here for the group. Very important for them to try and continue that on. It looks like China is rallying back after what we saw from the results from Group A.
And Begopa sitting in that 5th qualifying position to go straight to the grand finals after what in day 1 wasn't wonderful. We kept saying, okay, where's Pio? When's he going to activate? They were a little bit slow. They're starting to look a lot better as we sort of look forward to those grand finals. But for me, the story of the day has been GSW. Their grind from the bottom. I didn't expect to say it. I didn't expect to say, just like yesterday, I didn't expect to come in and say, let's see what JDG does to get out of the bottom. GSW is taking the same notebook, has come out in the first 3 games, and is finding points in moments when I didn't think they'd find any.
Yeah, not too bad at all. Not too bad. Again, bit of a favorable push for the circle for all of this one. But regardless, a win is a win. They will be liking that as they try and move into the next games. They still need a little bit more, aside from the teams that we've been talking about here, which are very much in the danger zone. Anyone's legends. Copenhagen Wolves as well is now down in that bottom 3. They need to rally up, shore their defenses up here in these next 3.
Get your notes out and watch Red Zone as he gets yet another 5-kill game. You just got to copy this guy because he seems to have unlocked some sort of secret sauce as he seems very unstoppable here in Bangkok.
I did wonder how many games has he been top fragger in this group. But anyway, let's do it. Ready to Rondo. Game number 4 of the day for Group B.
Ready to Rondo and ready to Red Zone as we are most likely about to see yet another highlight reel from the superstar that is the Asla Pentagram player. As we head on over here, 3 matches left to play, and as the desk broke down in detail, this is getting insanely close. So with Game Start Win just taking this one away, jumping from 16th now into 14th. Oh, Poro, my man, this is getting terrifying.
Yeah, this bottom 3 obviously is what we got eyes on. But worth noting, in that last game, Begopa has managed to pass change the game, and they've put themselves in that 5th place. So still a lot of fighting going on for that top 5 to get that free trip all the way to the grand final, not have to worry about fighting in that final stage. We've got 3 games left to play, Toby, as you said, and it is time to get anything you've got left, any tricks you've got up your sleeve, now's the time to pull them out.
Definitely, and I mean, we talk about the bottom 3, of course, because that's the big one. The remaining teams, regardless of where they finish, will have a chance later on in the tournament. But for that top spot right now with Begopa in 5th, as you say, 6th, 7th, 8th, that's 3 points. They're all fighting for that one spot as it stands right now. Of course, things can still change, but T5, 22 points up in 4th. Looking solid. Still 3 more matches left to play, though. Everything can happen as we go hard north. You know what? It's been a while since we've been way up there.
It sure has. It feels like it's been a minute, but I'm here for it, man. And third on 5. You heard the crowd. They're very excited. They are right in the dead center of that circle. They've got FaZe just off to their east. Game start win again. Yep. Back in the zone. So we'll keep an eye on the teams that we really got to look at all the way down to the bottom there. Myth, Rock, Virtus Pro, BB, they're fine. We don't have to worry about them. But Myth, Rock, Pentagram, these are all teams that have still a lot left to fight for.
And to make matters even worse, FaZe and GameStart win, you just mentioned being high up north already. They're sat in 13th and 14th place. Oh, sorry, make that 13th and 12th place. So if they can scrap out of the potential elimination already now with 2 more matches left to play, if they can both get some good double-digit games here, that would be a big sigh of relief for both these teams.
Sure would. We see our stats from that last game, GameStart win, coming alive in the end. Make sure that they secured the win, got a few points to go with it, got enough points to pull them out of the cellar. As we see Xiaopian, the man of the match.
Did they really come alive, though, or was it like T5? They kind of leaned over and then went and go, oh, wait, we're winning. Oh, yeah, sure, let's go out and get it. Oh, no, okay, it's done. No mind.
Look, I try to glow them up a little bit.
I respect it and I appreciate it, too. It's true. They are pulling out some good performances. So are these bolt action, or, well, kill stealers, more likely, at a distance. A half kilometer, make that 582 for a doozy.
Go ahead, a doozy.
That's a distance they would like to keep people at for the most part of the game. If they can get all their kills from a half kilometer away, they will be well pleased.
I know somebody was not just wooing mortar kills for a doozy right there, but that's where we're at, I guess. Okay. We're wooing the mortar kills.
Any type of support. It wasn't even mortar kills, it was mortar knocks.
Mortar knocks, yeah.
But hey, look at this.
This is the man.
Again, this statistic is incredible enough already, let alone the fact that Red Zone jumps Hagatori now. But to consider the fact that he did, I don't want to say nothing, but barely anything on day 1.
Yeah.
So this is effectively him surpassing everyone's 3-day performances with only having played 2 days.
It was a slow start. It was a slow start to be sure, but boy, he got comfortable, and when he did, he started performing. As we see third on 5, they've got Liquid kind of rolling around in their general vicinity, kind of looking around to see where they want to set up. Now Navi is also making their way up there. Copenhagen Wolves also doing the same. So Liquid actually looking around that same compound that Wolves is setting up at. And Liquid just on those hills and already going to take shots down. Alo will take one down to about half HP. We'll see if Liquid decides to stick around or go ahead and move to greener pastures.
For comparison, Red Zone was 2,000 damage behind Hagatori after day 1.
Nuts.
And he's not only caught up to him, but surpassed him as well. That is completely insane. Oh, man. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. And for Liquid, as you say here, very, very important decision to be made because, I mean, they're setting a decent spot in the circle, but do you really want to allow Wolves down there? Do you go for it? Do you opt to stay at a distance? What's the play here? You cannot lose people early. Well, honestly, even more so, same thing goes for Wolves.
Fluky going to go down.
Oh, no.
To James. So third on 5 going to lose one to start things off here as they are still pretty wide split. FaZe kind of in the same boat, just off to the west. And unfortunately for Fluky, he gets caught out in no man's land.
Can I just say, for the sake of James, as a player who always gets caught out and taken out, the fact that he won one of those now has got to be... I'm not trying to throw him under the bus or anything. It's just the fact that he always is the one that has his back turned when someone creeps up and takes him out, and you can't really fault him for it. So the fact that he gets one now, that's going to be a bit of a... Oh, finally it goes my way.
Relief, yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Well, it's like we see Howl will return for the boy. Actually, no, this is just an E pickup scout, I think. Is the rest of the gang.
Yep.
It's down just below him. Bagopod just off to their east, though. So Pentagram might end up in a scrap here. Anyone's Legend. They are... Yeah, that's Petrichor Road, just to the south of Stadium. So him as all by himself. The rest of the team nowhere near him.
Yeah, Anyone's Legend, not so much right now as Red Zone. Uh-oh, are we going to see him fall down earlier? Or is he just going to 180 and take out Songyang? If only he knew who he's chasing, he'd probably think twice about it.
He might, and you can see the Pentagram boys, they're feeling themselves. They're setting themselves up for a little bit of a scrap here as he's going to bait them right into Glass, who was holding the line there. Gets a con low, doesn't get the knock, but it's going to be enough to scare him off just a little bit. Songjang will stop down and take some return fire. We'll see how long this fight sticks around, but that's a big knock on a red zone from a con. Hammer goes down, Glass goes down. All the Bagel Pop boys striking at the perfect time as Myth is creeping up behind this.
Exactly, a team in great need of points right now. Myth coming in here, they need to try and see if they can get something off this. There's no one there to backstab Myth in trying to engage in this fight, and there's the casualties already confirmed on both sides. They need to get active here.
See if they get close enough as they're sniffing around here. They're out of their cars now. Hammer will get flushed out by Guyon. 3 up now for Bagel Pop. Glass still bleeding out, I believe. There's only 1 left up for Pentagram, and it's going to be Hal. He spots out Scappy. Scappy will return the favor, gets him low, down to 5 HP. Will chase him down. Almost gets him as he jumps in the window, but Hal will live to fight at least for a few more seconds.
Nate bounced on in, Hal down to low HP, but got the first aid take off just in time to stay alive through that explosion.
Oh my goodness, okay. Scappy waiting for the rest of the gang to arrive, and yeah, they're going to go ahead and flush through here, try to clean that out. That's a free point if ever there was one. Just make sure that you don't allow Hal to take anybody down. There you go, Olympus will be the one that does it, and Asla Pentagram will go out first.
Only 1 point, but again, I like the aggression from Myth here. They needed something going. I don't think they were sure that they were chasing the 1. They probably would have wanted the 2 knock players on the side of Bagel Pop more than chasing 1 guy into a building. But hey, they'll take what they can get here, and again, with 4 guys pushing in like that, that is a not guaranteed, because we've seen the opposite happen, but a practically free point come their way. Good on Myth for making that happen.
All right, checking in with Virtus Pro coming in from the southwest. They've got BB Team off to their north, Anyone's Legend just off, kind of running in the same path that they're at. Bagel Pop going to go for the res onto their fallen player Songjang. So in the end, no harm, no foul for Bagel Pop. Big win for them.
Definitely, and even more so able to get the res back up here as well. Yeah, exactly. Up into 5th they go, surpassing, change the game, and
holding
we'll see now if they can, holding on to it, yeah, I should say. I want to be, we haven't talked too much about the circle, though. It's very much plays out like the previous Takeover we just saw, with a big triangle coming in on that southern side and the water kind of splitting it up into 3 pieces. I have never seen, and I think that's the reason why we're not seeing teams expected either, I've never seen these circles, at least in casting, swing north on this. Like a Ryan ending, a Kungshai ending. These cities would never end up going up there. There's a reason why it's just FaZe and games that win up there, despite the fact that it's, I mean, while not a 50-50 maybe, still a pretty decent chunk of this one going north. So I think if it does come north, players are going to go, wait, what does it even look like across the river? We've never been there before. I know there's a glider up there somewhere, but that's about it.
Somewhere, yeah. FaZe already popping that E-pick up just in case, as they wait for the circle to arrive. A number of teams congregating on the southeast. Bagel Pop going to join that party as Rock and Change the Game are already kind of right next to each other. And we still got a log jam on the southwest around the stadium as well, as it looks like Virtus Pro, they're flying over stadium. And Petrichor Road taking shots in there. We'll see, where are we gonna go? Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, there's a reason everybody stays south of the Razor.
Yes, there is, but I wanted to see it disproven. Just not gonna happen.
Unfortunate. Not this time anyway. Well, FaZe will go ahead and take that E-pick, but
where do you?
Yeah, where are they gonna go? That is
north and swim across. But then you might as well just have driven there.
Yeah. Oh man. You gotta anticipate that everybody's...
Are they jumping into the Wolves compound with, or are they just taking high ground? Okay,
yeah, just take high ground. Yeah. Well, they should have seen Liquid, because Liquid is still camping that high ground above the Wolves compound. So FaZe will get in as we see James. Yep.
I almost got run over by that car too. Look at this.
That's a pretty easy one.
Oh!
Okay. Be a little bit bold there for Mr. James.
Whoa, the double tap from a con. That was filthy.
Now that was, I mean, as soon as they flipped the switch, man, Bagel Pop just instant 3 knocks onto Pentagram, and there was just nothing else they could do. As we see Change the Game now, are going to find Rock. They'll get the first knock. They'll get a second one as well, as Santastico will get picked out. And now all of a sudden it's down to Biel Mount Calmo and Solds. Biel just tooling around in the air right now, yeah.
Gotta crash that thing down and try to get active and helping out what teammates you have left alive as teams spot in the open. I was just gonna mention this as we saw them land before. This position is great, but you need vehicles. You cannot just be sitting ducks with a single rock for cover. Eventually other teams will try and contest the high ground, just like we see on Everest, just like we see on Stolper. And when it comes to that, only having one angle to be defendable from, it's not gonna cut it. You can see they've tried with some deployable cover, but you are gonna be seen when you're up here without vehicles.
Yeah, Navi's got a lot of room to flex around. So does Third on 5. You can see Third on 5 actually stealing that kill away from Navi. So FaZe now down to 3. Game start win. They're still hanging out on that northern side of the river. They are the only team now that is doing so, but they've got a pretty free and clear path in once they have to make their way over.
I mean, if the circles in the previous game are anything to go by, who knows? Maybe the game is going to go north again if we're magneting game start win from this point.
Why not? Why not? Well, BB team, they're making their way in from the eastern side, doing a little scouting for a doozy. Should be able to spot out these Petrichor Road vehicles. But the thing is, Petrichor Road in a big wide split. So he's just going to go ahead and dip on out of there and rejoin the rest of the boys off to the north.
Splits are great, and even more so if you have a good fire escape ready and waiting in case of need. Being able to disengage like this, that's the only reason you are able to maintain splits, is having your car parked in the right place from the one angle that your teammates can defend you from. So good on Petrichor for being ready for a potential pull-up on that one.
All right, things slowing down a little bit here while we wait for the next zone to come in. Begopa will pop that E-pick up off in the blue and waiting. They'll be probably in the air as the circle pop comes through, but a lot of room to play around up here, Toby, considering there's only 56 alive.
Well, you say a lot of room. The thing is, there ain't a whole lot of room.
Just not a lot.
There's not a lot to take. It's so barren up on these hills. There's no big bushes. It's all like a couple of trees and rocks. That's all you're going to get. Having said that, and as much as I know that's on the line, I really want to see this circle shift north because we just ain't never across the river. And it's only phase 2 coming into 3 now, so water should not play a factor. We'll see what's going to happen. Of course, highly likely it's going to go south, but let's see where are we going. It's going to send up to some extent, probably with a south shift to follow off of that river. So right now, Wolves, we talked about it, game start winning the previous one, how they needed to make something of it. Same thing be said here for Copenhagen Wolves.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Navi and Third on 5 decide to do now. And yeah, we put that circle on Team Liquid. They've been holding that high ground above that Wolves compound. You see they're looking off to the north, maybe. I think it's just defending your compound. They're going to be looking to the skies right now as they hear the helicopter from Begopa land. And yeah, they're going to drop out as now change the game, pushing through on that eastern side, going right in front of Falcons. Falcons will try to spring the trap. They'll get some damage down. That's going to be about it, but the road is not over here for CTG.
They're not done driving just yet. Made in Thailand, sat here waiting on the other side, and they have to kind of audible mid-transition, have to just cut off the road now, trying to find an improvised carport to set up, but they can't get joined up with one another. They're going up to take the position that Myth just left, saying, wait, if they're down here already, there's got to be space on the hill because they got shot at from there before. So incredibly quick thinking from CTG to divert and go southeast instead. That literally could have cost them the game.
Great work on their part, keeping them alive for the time being. But Begopa now getting a little bit close to Team Liquid. The Pio will get the knock on a Purdy-Curdy, and Team Liquid in a little bit of a wide split here. Can't really defend each other. Sparking going to be the last one alive here as Begopa just hot dropped right on top of them.
That's the issue with this position, as you can see it right here. I mean, there's only so much cover. You got to bring your own if you're going to get any proper cover. And, well, Purdy kind of walked straight into that spray from Pio. Didn't make it any easier for him. Sparking trying to get over the hillside. Lucky that Pio runs out of ammo there. Should be able to join up with his teammates.
Yeah, they're still getting peppered from the other side of the river. Game start win has angles down there. And now Petrichor Road actually taking shots over in this direction as well. So no rest for the wicked for Begopa as they try to find somewhere to go here. Rock Esports, we're down to just Solds, but he's going to be able to get the revive back, and we'll see if they can get anybody back up.
Yep, fouled on the eastern side. Rock off map screen completely at this point. Trying to get their players back in the game. It seems like they will be successful in doing so. Begopa know full well that the position they've just taken ain't exactly a freebie, because what they just did to Liquid, at any point can any other team do to them. So they got to keep their heads on a swivel, can't really get too tunneled on any position in particular, and just try to keep everyone around them at bay. It's a very, very hard position to try and maintain control over this area of the game.
We were looking at this earlier. Navi and Third on 5. Navi sent 2 already inside zone. They left 2 back as well. 3rd on 5 just kind of stuck around for a little bit longer, and now they might be paying the price as GameStar Win has sent CC108 over onto the south side of the river already, and looks like 3rd on 5 will find a little bit of a ridge line to play here, and that'll keep them safe for the time being.
I love the early push over from GameStar Win as well in this position. They know that they need some sort of position on that south side of the water. So sending CC over already, while it doesn't necessarily guarantee a safe transition for the rest of his team, at least they have somewhere, like a landing zone on the south side.
RBN and Santastico arriving via the Revive pickup plane. But yeah, I don't really know where they're gonna go, as they're gonna, looks like they're gonna send it right over towards CTG. Just go for the high ground and try to survive. Sure, why not? You got nothing in the pockets. We're not gonna be a danger to anybody. I'm just trying to live, man.
I'm just casually looking at war down below from way up high as Xiaotong gets found as Hagatori getting active. We haven't talked so much about Na'Vi in this game. They too have a fight on their hands coming on forward. Great util being lopped on over. CC finds himself a double.
Almost gets all 3 of them. Rossett it only down to 10 HP. He's got to move out of the Molotov cocktail. He's holding down the line with the M249. We'll take the spray first, get Xiaotong, but it will get taken down in the end. Game start Win will clean out 3rd on 5.
Absolutely clean from GameStar Win again. Welcome back in the lobby, boys. You're about to miss the train, but you're here in time now, set in 12th place.
Yeah, they've jumped FaZe, who never would have thought FaZe would be sitting right there just above that cut line, but still games left to play, and FaZe still with 3 alive. They are holding on to the edge of that northeastern side of the circle. Falcons, meanwhile, have to leave their compound. They're going to push into where Na'Vi is, and I'm not even sure Na'Vi knows about this. They were looking down towards Game Start Win.
Yep, Falcons heard the vehicles moving around up at the northern side and realized now it's the time to go. Shots being fired early from H-Twin here. Thought they were going to hold their fire for a bit longer, but they've caught SoSet out on the very edge of the circle, and I think that's who they're trying to isolate. Oh, that's 2 tires gone for take as well. This is going to be slow driving, and you're in the blue already.
Yeah, Myth actually having an angle onto that, so Falcons will have to pull back down the hill. But Navi's concerns not done just yet, because Game Start Win will return, and CC108, he has been on point with those grenades so far here in this game. Finds extends.
Definitely counting 3 knocks already. As Game Start Win try to move further forward, up and regroup with CC, get him in the car, try and see. Are they going to try and cut the entire beach to go up on the western side? I think that might be the play, but I don't know how much space they have to make that happen.
Now we see Team Liquid.
They're suppressing Liquid completely.
Yeah, Team Liquid trying to take a few shots, but there's just no angles for him. But they are going to keep pushing over, and now Petrichor Road is going to be ready and waiting. And here comes the push from Petrichor Road to clear up their northwestern side.
Big fight for them to try and stay in. In the meantime, over on the eastern side, FaZe had to get in somehow, somewhere, but they're running straight into the open arms of Na'Vi, and Fairest have already found the first.
Game Star Win taking that fight with Petrichor Road. While that fight with FaZe and Na'Vi is going on as well, CC108 has another grenade in hand. He'll send one over before getting taken very, very low. Xiaotong doing the same. We'll have to start slowing things down through the smokes. Petrichor Road trying to send one low, but the blue zone has arrived.
Yep. And it's forcing them to get even closer together. SoSet still unnoticed from FaZe. I don't think they realize that there is a straggler on the side of Na'Vi out there. Only the Falcons took shots at him earlier. Meantime, PO trying to suppress Team Liquid still. Begopar and Team Liquid have been running into one another through this entire group stage, and this game is no different.
Jeez, Game Star Win taking multiple fights. Okay. CC108 gets a little bit of his own medicine sent back to him by AZ. Gets that beautiful double knock. They know that Ming is on the high side. They're going to find the other one. No, Ming will find Nan. Gets him low. Chewy still alive as well as they try to make the push through. Chapion playing around the smokes, playing around the edges. Will get spotted out. He's going to go down. Game Start Win is eliminated in 13th place.
Let's try to see if you can get the rest up quickly, though, but the angles are just exactly open to Begopar. What a nice response, though. It's actually going to be BB team on that straight western side that finds the knock once again. Molotov at a distance. He's had so much impact on fights happening around them. Really, really active with the DMR.
This has just been BB team's bread and butter all day long today. They've got so much space to work with on the edge. And 0 kills so far, but look what they have to work with. They're just taking their time, coming in slow, avoiding all the early game fights, and just putting themselves in a good position to third party.
And this is the exact, I mean, you hit the nail on the head with it. They not only just run in slow, but they wound the teams in front of them by engaging in those fights that are already taking place. And look at this, the teams they're shooting at right now, they don't have the time to look towards BB. They're too busy fighting the teams next to them. So BB team, it looks so clean, and especially when you hit double headshots like that. Molotov, absolutely insane.
Team Liquid getting dispatched here. Luke 12, the last one left alive. He's alive via the grace of the smoke. Bagopah trying to grab their player and get him back on his feet. Falcons, meanwhile, will push in, take out Navi, as So said will be the last player left alive. Myth, meanwhile, starting to spread out on that road side. We've got the south of this, everything south of the road hasn't really popped off just yet, but that's going to be the next place.
Exactly, we wanted this game to be close, this stage to be close. 11th through 13th are out. 14th, 15th, and 16th are still in the game. For anyone at home that doesn't know, bottom 3 after today will be eliminated from this tournament. So the fact that both Copenhagen Wolves, Myth, and Anyone's Legend are all still in and all still with 4 players up, for any one of these teams making something big happen here could be the decider in whether or not they make it through to the next stage.
And Chewy just going to have to try to heal through the blue as long as he can, because he has been spotted by Falcons. Falcons taking the shots over towards BB team. Wolves getting blessed here with the compound circle, but already no kills for them, so they're kind of in the same place as many of our teams have been in today, where they get great position, but they need points as well.
It's literally been the last 3 matches. It was third on 5 on the northern side on Miramar. It was GameStart winning that previous Tego, and now Wolves as well. You're not going to get the kills, so you need to guarantee yourself the placement points. As Adusi lands a perfect nade onto Sparking. Luke is still in the same position, trying to hold off, but it's going to be Kickstart peeking over, finding himself a double. Will go down immediately after, though, and now for the rest of Falcons, they need to try and come up with a response to this.
Battle for first place right now between BB Team and Falcons, as BB Team will gets another knock onto H-Win, but gets a return trade onto Molodok as the grenades are coming through. BB Team just kind of probing here, but Bagopod just hanging out.
They're chilling.
Looking over here. They're waiting for maybe 1 or 2 more knocks to come through as we see how much utility they've got left. Yeah, Molotov's about all they've got.
Bagopod cannot run up on this because Change the Game is still sat on the southern side with high ground. If they try to crest that hill up to BB Team, they get shot in the back instantly. So I think that's what's keeping Bagopod from trying to make an aggressive play. You could see it there for a brief moment, the perfect line with them set on the other side of that valley. Bagopod cannot make a move up the hillside because of it.
Virtus Pro also having angles on the BB Team right now, but they've got to turn their attention over towards Anyone's Legend, who are making their way across the road, as we see CTG laying down the smokes, trying to make their way in, but Made in Thailand has eyes on this. Falcons, meanwhile, the 3-way fight for the high ground continues, and now Virtus Pro starting to arrive.
Well, Falcons trying to buy more time. I think they're hoping that another team will engage in this fight. They know they have no one behind them. They're saying, please, if anyone is behind BB Team, now is the time to engage in this. As Virtus Pro within nade range now to Anyone's Legend, both crossing the road at the same time. Finds him as early on once again. The big damage dealer gone down in the beginning of a fight.
All right, we got the picture-in-picture to keep an eye on the fight that's going on the south side here, as Wolves are starting to get a little bit more active. They're finding angles, as BB Team have to stop down again to go for the res on the Phil first. Falcons going to try to push. They see that in the kill feed. They're going to get the knock onto a doozy. Actually, it's going to be a con from Bagopah. Sungjang will get another one as well. So Bagopah causing BB more problems. Falcons wrapping around on the northern side. They're going to come in from the blue to try to take BB from behind.
Fights galore, everyone, but Wolves are actively engaged in up-close engagements right now as Team Falcons try to wrap the corner. Will be successful in taking out BB Team with a little bit of help from Bissler.
And BB Team does get eliminated in the end, but Bagopod now next on the menu for the Falcons as they continue to wrap around on this northern side, but they have nothing else to worry about except for them. Hudat does go down. Anyone's Legend gets eliminated by Virtus Pro. Myth will try to go for their res while Virtus Pro continues to push into them. It's all going to be on to Kiss to hold them at bay.
And with Bissler securing that point just before, Wolves actively surpass FaZe Clan, who are now down in the bottom of this one. As Bagopod try to hold the line against the H-Win. The first one able to get the second as well. Chickelson does find one, but immediately thereafter, Songyan finds one in return.
Shrimzy just got a Dorito to hide behind, but Guyon and Songjang are making that push. They're going to secure the points, make sure the kills come through. 10 now for Bagel Pa as they've secured their spot in the top 5. 10 points clear of 6th place. Can they clear out Shrimzy as well? They can. Falcons going out in 5th place.
Huge points coming through here for Bagel Pa, as you say, trying to separate themselves from that mid-pack before the last games of the day. Wolves still with a decision to make when, and even if at all, do we push out of this compound? Because up until this point, as much as, yes, there have been points available around them, it has simply been too risky.
Well, while this was going on, and by surviving this long in that compound, Wolves has now past FaZe. FaZe now in the red zone in that bottom 3, so we'll keep an eye on them with 2 more matches left to play. Wolves could try to climb a little bit higher here. Myth also 3 alive. They could make a run here as well, but Virtus Pro is looming large, 4 strong on that far western side, and Bagel Pa, they have looked absolutely dominant this game with 11 kills.
I'm not expecting Bagel Pa to go all the way roadside, but if they do, I think there's a play for the Copenhagen Wolves to do to get out of the compound, but wrap west around. Backfill Virtus Pro, squeeze them all down on the roadside and fight them into one another, effectively having Bagel Pa and Wolves fight in from both their sides and taking out the 2 teams down the middle. They actually are going all the way down.
That's huge. This is absolutely huge for Copenhagen Wolves. I think they're waiting for the perfect time. There's a few too many players left in the lobby right now. They want to make sure that they secure this win over all else. 10 points is so huge for them, seeing that they were in the bottom half of the leaderboard coming into this fight.
But to add to that as well, Virtus Pro, insane recognition of what just happened there as well. They realized Bagel Pa was coming down and knew, wait, Wolves could be trying to make that play, so they back off themselves in anticipation of Copenhagen Wolves trying to set up something like that. Bagel Pa opening up, and before you know it, shut them down 1 apiece. Songyang, Guyon, Akan, all finding 1 each, sending them up to 14 kills.
The old men still got it, and now immediately Virtus Pro going to send it over there and try to capitalize off that knock. Wolves are also going to leave their compound, hold on to that high ground. Bagel Pa does get eliminated in the end. No knocks taken by Virtus Pro, so it is a full 4v4 fight for the win.
And now the issue is compounds are fantastic. We've talked about it so many times before, but they can also become a coffin if you don't get out of there in time. And Virtus Pro, perfect stretch here of land to contain all the exits. Wolves need to use all the util they have, and as we can see, they don't got a lot of it. 7 smokes, you better make great use of them, because you got to get out of this compound at some point, and you would have really wanted to have at least 1 player at the north angle at this point already.
I think Copenhagen Wolves are content with waiting for this one, and they'll see if they can just wait it out and let Virtus Pro have to leave their ridge line, force them into the open area. And you can see, I mean, Virtus Pro still has 5 smokes, Wolves with 7.
And there's plenty of crates to loot down on the low ground too.
Sure, yeah, and I think that's exactly what VP is doing. As you see their utility numbers starting to go up, 5, 6 grenades now in hand. So Virtus Pro, they realize the situation. Copenhagen Wolves, meanwhile, they just can hold on to their high ground as long as they can. If they can get a knock here, it would be maybe, I mean, even if you get a knock here, if you're Wolves, do you even try to push out on it? Or
I was gonna say, I mean, for Virtus Pro, I mean, so sorry for the Copenhagen Wolves, the only upside they had is that VP don't know for sure that not a single player has left. But with every second that goes, you can see Nixie is constantly scanning the left side. Same thing happening for Beamy on the northeast. Every second that goes, where they clear off more and more land, eventually they'll realize, wait, they're all in the compound. All you do in the end of it, lob your blue stones, lob your mollies in on those choke points, on those exit paths between the fence lines, and it's nigh on impossible for Wolves to get anything done unless if they hit insane shots to try and come out.
Game of patience right now as Corexi and Snakers continue to trade shots back and forth. Corexi getting the better of Snakers that time, but Wolves just waiting it out. Sticking in that compound as long as they can. Vox is left.
Gotten out.
He's got a little
but it ain't by much.
I mean, but you see what they have in front of them. It's just a whole lot of nothing. I mean, this ridge line ends pretty much right in front of him. So the second they get a little bit closer, VP is going to be right there. And VP, they've got plenty of utility left to use.
Do you take I'm trying to figure if there's any world where one guy takes a vehicle down that left side. I know he's going to die for it, but at least try to bait some sort of attention so you can catch one in the open shooting at him with the other 3 players looking that direction. I think that's what Nixie is expecting with the smokes being bloomed now as well. That it's going to come in, but they are going to be within nadeable range real soon, and they're starting to see all of them. As I said before, sometimes compounds are great, but they can also be your death sentence if you stick around for too long, and I'm afraid Wolves might feel the hurt of it now. Nixie finds the first.
First knock on to Snakers. The rest of the Blue Zone grenades are going to fall a little bit short, but that grenade's going to find Michael as Copenhagen Wolves are starting to get picked apart through the smoke cloud. The only grace they have going for them right now is I think VP might now finally be out of utility.
Yeah.
Wolves have managed to find a way on the side. Corexi keeps looking over in that direction, but they got a little bit close. Big spray from Corexi will find one, and Virtus Pro will get the win.
For VP, absolutely clinical. They were in full control all the way. I mean, whenever they went back to fortify that western position and made sure that Copenhagen Wolves had not pushed out, which, by the way, was a really heads-up play, they knew exactly how to bring it home. They were waiting for them. They had to make the play. They failed.
Yeah, I mean, in the end of the Copenhagen Wolves, obviously you're kicking yourself. You would have loved to have been able to get the win there, but you got a compound. You had to stay in it. It kept getting circle favor over and over and over again. And in the end, they've managed to make their way out of that bottom 3. So they're sitting right on the cut line still. Still work left to be done. But we've got 2 more games left to go, Toby, on Erangel. Back where things have been getting crazy for the last few days. It was crazy yesterday. It's going to be crazy today. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Unfortunately, this time around, it wasn't the Wolves knocking at the door. It was the Bears battering it down. They destroyed this with a 4-bang against the Copenhagen Wolves. Virtus Pro, second win of the day.
You know, and that really came down to that fight on the bottom. I don't know what was going on with Myth. They took the fight with Bagopod, didn't even see the Virtus Pro was behind him, got absolutely erased, and the only hope the Wolves had of winning this game was VP taking damage in that fight. And they did it. They got a complete 2-team wipe. They got to re-up on all of their utility, and they just locked down the Wolves. That's it. The Wolves are playing a defensive position. I can't really blame them, because how do you even come out and try to get involved with that fight when it was over so quickly?
Yeah, really tough. If you're not going to be able to exert any pressure from a compound like that, and then Virtus Pro has that kind of ridge line, I don't know how Wolves is able to do something with that. As I was saying, when I see them in that compound, 1 nade, 1 molly, no lethal util to be able to throw that forwards to try and even dislodge slightly, because the problem was the Nixie off angle.
Yep.
It was barely really an off angle. It was the rock, as you were mentioning while we were backstage. But that alone opened things up instantly as soon as the conflict occurred.
The rock was huge because even if, this is the hard part, even if Wolf had enough smokes to make that aggressive sort of block off on the hilltop, the fact that Nixie had that rock means that any smoke screen aggression wasn't really going to be as effective, and it kept them locked in a very, very long time. So Virtus Pro, though, has been playing absolutely out of their mind. As a reminder, if you're a viewer who's just joining us for PGC, this is a team that has been that they've added Curexi to this year, that has changed the coaching staff, that looked good at EWC, then looked incredible at PGS 9, unstoppable at PGS 10, and here we are with multiple chicken dinners on a daily basis in the group stages. If I'm everybody else, because they're probably going to auto bid their way onto the grand final with how they're playing.
Yes, they are.
If their next glow up is the grand final of PGC where they hit their final form, there's no stopping these guys.
They know they're coming for it. That's the thing as well. Like when you saw them at the final moments of that game just then, it's just another day at the office. Look at it. It's just another day at the office for this team that has global championship status in their sights right now, and they know it as well.
And I don't know if this is one of those things where we're allowed to pull curtains back or not, but at the end of the day, VP bought Curexi from FaZe, and it was a
5 figures.
Yes, it was a very large check, and it was one of those things where when it happened, you go, "This is PUBG. Is this really somewhere that that's a big payout?"
Yep.
And it looks like it's going to pay off dividends because they are becoming one of the greatest team to come out of EMEA. And you know who's going to be really mad about that? Twisted Minds is going, what? We have spent 3 years putting ourselves in this position. Look at these guys.
Yep, they are the complete package. 20 points goes the way of Virtus Pro. That will guarantee them basically a top 5 completion here for Group B. Begopar, 19 points from them in this game, which is massive considering that they, A, didn't win it, but B, now are pushing themselves into a position where they're basically going to be top 5 as well. And when they had, I would say, a first day, which was kind of middling for the most part, now with PO back on board as well, here they are, top 5, 107 points.
And to tell the same story, they basically had the same score at the end of day 1 as Myth. And it's a story of 2 teams, right? Begopar turned that around and became one of the strongest teams in the lobby with a shot at going to the grand final. Myth is scrapping tooth and nail not to get sent home.
Which, by the way, when we have to point this out on the desk for sure. Myth obviously was so tunnel visioned on the Virtus Pro fight that Begopar came up, and I'm shooketh. I am shooketh, Toffees, that Myth did not look behind them. Yeah, just pay even a single bit of heed to what was going on behind them when Begopar absolutely ransacked them.
They look nothing like they did at PGS, and it is shocking to see that pivot, especially on home turf. Another shock for me is FaZe Clan in 14th place. The fall to the fact that they are now struggling to say, do we even make the grand final? I've heard there's a rebuilding going on, but tell you what, that sale of Curexi has had resounding effects going the other way as well.
I will say this about the fall so far from FaZe Clan. It looks very similar to a fall that they would have had in PEC, where the placements to kill ratio looks exactly like this. So there needs to be, I don't know. There's only 2 games left. There needs to be some shake-up in how they're approaching, just trying to, either they get a circle and try and play towards the middle, but they just keep losing people, moving through those circles, and not having 4 towards any stage 6, 7, 8 circle.
If there was ever a time that we need to see a FaZe Sunday pop up right here, right now, with 2 games left to go, the coach needs to get a calendar and try to convince them today is Sunday because they need to make a move.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much, Toffees, for joining me here. That is it for now. We're going to go to a short break. When we return, we have 2 more games to determine the ultimate fate here for Group B.
Fueled by the same passion as esports athletes, Zowie continuously develops tailored products, empowering gamers to bring their best out. Today, we are launching the all-new XL2566X Plus, which uses the newly developed Fast TN panel and upgraded DIAC2 technology. The new monitor series continue to evolve, refining details to ensure players can perform their best consistently in games.
And at long last, I caught the one I'd been waiting for. With steady hands, I crafted amazing furniture in no time. Down the wide, open road, I raced faster than everyone else. For the very first time, I baked the perfect pie. In Dinkum. find adventure in every direction.
Hello, PUBG and PUBG Mobile fans. Thanks to your passionate, unwavering support, we've been able to grow tremendously on the battlegrounds of PUBG and PUBG Mobile. To give back to our fans, even in a small way, and to present you with a brand new experience of the #1 Battle Royale, we are bringing together PUBG and PUBG Mobile and uniting them under one stage, PUBG United, launching in 2025. PUBG United's journey begins in Siam District, Bangkok, where the tournament will be held this November. Around Siam Paragon and across the city, you'll discover PUBG experiences that you can't take your eyes off. You can also experience the PUBG United Fan Zone, where you will find booths dedicated to PUBG and PGC, as well as PUBG Mobile and PMGC. There will also be special collaboration pop-ups with global brands. A variety of PUBG-themed events and hands-on activities are waiting for fans to enjoy to the fullest, so be ready. For online fans, a special website will open, bringing together every moment of PGC and PMGC so you can enjoy PUBG United anytime, anywhere. For the first time in esports history, PUBG Global Championship and PUBG Mobile Global Championship will unite on a single stage. Starting with a grand opening ceremony on a massive scale, each day brings new and exciting moments. With that energy building up, the intense grand finals of PGC and PMGC will come together for the first time in history on one united stage. On this one-of-a-kind stage, the world's top players will battle in back-to-back grand finals, offering an experience like never before. One world, two champions coming together in a truly historic moment. November 24th to December 14th in Bangkok, Thailand. Come and experience PUBG United to the fullest. We will continue striving to be a PUBG and PUBG Mobile that never stops working hard for our fans. Thank you.
We have 2 matches left to play and things are getting spicy. We're heating things up, but things are already boiling warm with how these players have been playing today. Welcome back, everyone, to the final day of the group stages. I'm Toby, joined by Poro the Saurus, and we are here for 2 more matches of Erangel, which on paper should be the one that everyone has figured out, the one where they know what to do. But with how today has played, Poro, I'm of the opposite mind. I think it's going to get even more difficult.
I think you're right. I think this is, I mean, look, we saw it yesterday with Group A. When we got to Erangel, that's when things really kind of hit the fan. And I don't expect to see anything less today. I mean, these guys, goodness, GameStar Win has fought their way back from the cellar to find their way into the top 13. FaZe Clan, meanwhile, is right on the cusp, and no one would have thought that they were going to be going home.
Let me say this. If you're a FaZe Clan fan or anyone supporting that team whatsoever, send them your good vibes right now, because they need it. Had it been a day where they've been clawing their way back and kind of looking decent, you're expecting them to make it happen here in Erangel, but it has not been controlled by FaZe whatsoever. Hopefully for them, they can turn things around for T5 as well, striving for that top. Currently sat in 4th and looking good to stay there. But with how CTG has been playing, with how Pentagram has been playing, who's to say that they get to stay there all the way through?
And these guys, a lot of pressure on them as well after what we saw Forest pull off. Now that they've got the myth name They've had a little bit of a slow start, but they still have a shot. With 2 games remaining on air and Toby, it is still anyone's game.
Definitely. Over to the grassy pastures we go with a hot northern plane. Now, oftentimes the Pachinki is almost out of reach, but this time around it's going to be one of those. A long stretch is needed to get even to the center of the island. As we see here, Erangel, Killtoppers. VP, and VP galore.
Hey, there was a Falcon in there.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Respect where it's due.
It was so orange, I was blinded by it. Yeah.
Not surprising, man. But look, you know, obviously top 5 is a big deal. You get a free pass all the way. But it is what it is. But we still got a 3-way fight for the top of top 5. You got BB Team with 134, Falcons with 133, VP with 131. They have been scrapping this whole day, this whole week, really.
Yeah.
And still remains to be seen who will finish in first place. Third on 5, I feel like they're probably, well, I don't know. They can't be too secure just yet because Change the Game with 92 points. Navi right there as well. A couple of good games here, and they might find themselves out of the top 5.
Yeah, well, I was looking through the eons of history of PUBG and looking back to when
really
last
quickly.
time we got to see Myth play this game on a global stage, which was PGI 18. We all know that.
Yeah.
But in that tournament, in the FPP portion of it, they finished dead last, not making finals. So this would be the first time they have made it through from the group stages if Myth can make their way out of the bottom 14 here, surpassing potentially FaZe or catching up to the teams there above. It's still within reach. They're only 4 points out of GSW, but look at how close it is in that pack there in the middle.
Absolutely, and ton of pressure on the shoulders of the boys from Myth. We see man of the match, Mr. Correxy, from that last one. The good news from Myth, at least in this one, I'm saying it's probably going to go north. Yeah.
I'm not saying anything. That's
well, yeah, that's true.
I'm waiting until it's obvious, and then I'm saying the opposite.
Honestly, like at this point, that feels like it might be the safer play. But yeah, I mean, Virtus Pro's been looking good. They're already sending Beamy up to the north here. Where it starts to get interesting, you got BB Team down there towards Milton Power. And if your eyes are on FaZe, as I mean, I think all of ours are really, they're finishing looting up Milton. They've got a long road to travel. And that road has a lot of potholes in it because you've got all of Asla Pentagram, Navi over in that direction, BB Team right behind you. So, yeah, we'll keep a close eye on FaZe.
Definitely. Songyang, you see, incredible damage done. Kills garnered for his team through that previous game. As I want to take our minds back to what we talked about yesterday, and you said, nah, it's never going to happen. We mentioned how Falcons were positioned on the leaderboard and where with some buffer space, they could now start eyeing teams they would maybe prefer not to see in coming stages of the game. And while I know you said that they're not the team to do so, we have other teams in the current top 5 that very much are teams that tend to actively look for opponents. And if you have a chance to take out FaZe early, if you have a chance to take out Myth, I mean, hell, even a Tycon reboot alongside him, as if they somehow get their game together. If you can completely avoid having to go up against that, and you're already now sat, let's say, within the top 3, you have nothing to lose.
True.
In potentially giving them a couple of points for hunting. And I think hunting season is very much on, and it should be at least for now.
Well, my thing with that is I remember there was a time this year where Twisted Minds was kind of hovering around that bottom line, and nobody went after them. So if you're not going to go after Twisted Minds, I don't think you're going after anybody.
I think I remember teams doing so, but to your point, I think these teams are going to be... You have less risk going after these teams than you do trying to chase down Twisted. So maybe that's the conversing point. Maybe not. I don't know. Let us think. Well, let us know what you think. As Liquid, well, they have been averse to take shots early on in the game, and this game is going to be no different. Luckily for them, they are able to stay alive.
Well, this is Myth being active, though. They know the team Liquid loots over there in South George, over there in crates. So they've already positioned themselves in a spot where they could try to take advantage of them and try to catch them out while they were making their rotation over. Unfortunately for Myth, they don't end up getting anybody there, but you can see the mindset here They are trying to be more active, trying to go for these points. They know that every single one is going to be so important here in the end.
Take your minds back to yesterday. We had an absolutely insane finish to Group A in and around Rostock, and with how this circle is chalking up, there's a good chance we head back into that same territory of the map. I think that's part of the reason why we're already now seeing so many teams get as close to the city as they possibly can.
That was absolute cinema, as they say. And if you haven't gotten a chance to go and watch those games yesterday, make sure you do at some point, because that was some of the wildest PUBG that we have seen in some time.
Even if you already know the results.
Exactly.
Like, they're worth going back and watching.
They really are. They really are, just to see how much back and forth there was and how much just jockeying up and down the leaderboard as every point loomed so large. And looks like it's going to be shaping up to be the same thing here today.
Yeah, definitely. GameStart win. They've been on good record. It doesn't reflect it on the overall leaderboard right now, but given how big of a hole they found themselves in at the beginning of the day and even a couple of games in, the fact that they've been able to not only catch up to the teams in front of them, but actually surpass the bottom three is incredible. But of course, job is far from done just yet. They need to hang on to the position they have or even get better.
Wondering who Falcons is looking for. They've been hanging down.
They're looting
at that pier. Yeah. But it's been a long time. But yeah, there's nobody down there.
Nope.
Oh wait, here we go. GameStart Wing getting a little bit close to Pio. That's not who you want to get close to. Xiaotong will get taken down, and that will be GameStart Win down 1. As Xiaotong was the last player left alive. I think he was on Everest, just kind of scouting things out for the rest of the boys, and now you see Ming might be in the danger zone here.
Pio swinging the corner going, Everest, no, my mountain! For anyone feeling nostalgic about seeing Pio in and around South George and Everest. And I think for GameStart Win, even though they just got themselves a decent setup in the north, it is definitely worth it going back south, because Ming is looking across the water. They're going back to try and pick him up. They want that rest, but Pie letting him have it. They're chasing this.
Oh, Xiaopian, you may have given yourself away. And that's another one taken down. Now Ming is taking shots at him from range here. If Bagopop puts 2 and 2 together here, they might realize that they've got another guy all by himself. Just stay out of the vehicle right now. The seat swaps from Bagopop are so on point.
Ming is getting in his car now going, wait, I started shooting. This was a bad idea. Need to turn things around. And for FaZe, well, from one issue straight to another. Howl this time around, the one with a headshot come through, able to get the knock onto Vart, but with no one in on their southern side, they should be safe to get the rest.
And this is what we were kind of worried about, right, for FaZe, that they had such a rocky road to get in. Now, the good thing is that they are running into Pentagram, who is one of the teams that you can be assured is going to be so wide split that if they get a knock, you're not going to have 4 guys beating down your door anytime soon. But FaZe now needs to know that they are in the middle of a big, wide Pentagram split. Meanwhile, Myth, looks like CC108 is going to go down south, rejoin Ming, and they are going to go for that emergency, or the revive station, rather. We'll see how many they're able to bring back. If they can at least get up to 3, that would be a good start.
Oh yeah, they would prefer all 4, and I think with where they got knocked and with how far further north Bagopop opted to go, they should be able to go get both of them back. No one around, so they will even be able to go back and loot their own crates. So they should be a-okay.
Looks like we're seeing Xiaotong, so that might be the only one
for now.
Yep, for now. Xiaopian maybe. We'll get him back as well, but for now, we'll just have him. But Falcons are starting to wrap around on that southwestern side.
Yep.
They're going to be coming in. Looks like they're going to cut through Gaka. I don't think they'll go all the way to South George.
It's not a bad idea, honestly, if they do.
Sure.
Tank a bit of blue here, and I mean, given that it's still pretty 50-50 on whether it goes north or south, if you can secure the bridge now and then have a clean rotation across regardless of what direction it shifts, I wouldn't necessarily mind them tanking blue to go out into South Georgia.
I mean, I think the play there is just to drive up on the top of Everest, right? Like, and scout out at least what's going on. Now, the problem for GSW is that Xiaotong is going to see this, and now he knows, okay, I'm not alone. Oh, what a shift. Okay. That is going to go hard to the west. And now he's getting shot at by Kickstart. And yeah, this is just going to be easy pickings for Falcons. They'll just chase him down as he slowly falls from the sky.
How far away can you fly, though, for Falcons to not deem it worth it to go for 1 point in this? How far is it going to be able to go? Because now you have Na'Vi coming in on the other side, too, just being fired. Xiaotong only hit once through 2 entire clips. Oh, get in, get a nade, get a shotgun, get anything, get a pan. No, not a pan.
Get something
Smoke
here.
grenade launcher, no.
Oh, no, everything's bad. All right, he's got something it looks like. Well, Falcons will try to crash into this compound, and they're gonna get all 4 in here. It's possible. Well, okay, things are going to get a little bit interesting here. Now, Na'Vi is kind of sticking around here, sniffing around to see if they want to get involved. But you got Petrichor Road wrapping down on the south side. FaZe also right behind them. GameStar Win does find their other teammate, so they'll bring him back again. But Vard will take down 1 from Petrichor Road. Chewy's going to go down as well as Vard gets traded out.
Important fight for FaZe to come up victorious up here, but so far it's not looking to go their way. Go back and forth we go, though, in these trades. 2v2 now. As it stands, Gustav able to find one, and they will find the last as Vex swings the call. But they need to reset quickly. No, as I say that there's no one around here. Falcons opted to go away. We do have Pentagram closing in on that southeastern side, though, so for FaZe, they have to reset quickly. Pentagram is right on their doorsteps.
They do indeed, but the 4 kills will pull them out of 13th or 14th place, rather. They'll put them back into 13th. GSW's back as, oh, that's good defense there from Fex. Gonna force Pentagram to pull away, and that will allow them to get that other revive off. Asla just gonna go back down to the south, so nice work there from Fex.
Clutch from them to buy some more time to get that rest come through. I believe actually they didn't get Vard up yet. He's still, oh, not sorry, Vard, James. He's only now got back on his feet and will be able to drive with them. But where do you go from here? You know it's a race now between them and Pentagram. Pentagram will see it in a second, but do they divert? Do they go elsewhere? Maybe swinging all the way west around the mountain.
These boys are hunters. They see that in front of them. They'll keep a close eye on FaZe, see where they decide to go. FaZe, they're going to be running right into the Falcons 2-2 split here shortly. We'll keep an eye on that while we keep an eye on Team Liquid. They're going to push right into Bagelpa, who's already got the high ground.
See if they can hold it too. Alom able to find the first, but Pio instantly there to trade on the opposite side. Purdy gone down as well as he once again peeks up. Finds a good head connected early on. He will be able to get the second knock come through as well. Luke also from the off angle finds one, and now it's just Gurion left alive, trying to keep the Korean team in this one. Red zone's now out as well. We'll see if that's going to help out on the side of Bagelpa.
That was really nice work there from Team Liquid to make sure that they got those kills quickly, and they'll get their man back on his feet. Guyon now the last player up for Bagelpa, as they are trying their best to hold on to that 5th place spot, but going down early is going to make things interesting. And now you get another interesting 50-50 circle.
Now this could still go towards the water, given that the south side might not shift it all the way out. As we see now teams trying to send it towards what little they have available to play in this circle. No one's opted to swing west around Everest, so there is still space to play in and around containers. No one's there just yet. All these teams are going to be wrapping in from the east. You can see Pentagram trying to make their way into safety. Will be able to get there with Red Zone getting knocked, though.
And GameStar Win getting active, too. You can see the kill feed lighting up with their names in it. We see Guyon, the last player left alive here. His Team Liquid would love to take him out, but that shotgun is very, very spooky. Guyon down to 9 HP. He will go down, and Team Liquid takes out Bagelpa.
You're going to commit 5 blue zone nades to it. You better get the flush with it. So he tanked through both the full jammer pack and the health bar. So risky to spend that much util, but worthwhile in the end because they got the kill.
A little spicy to be sure. E-pickup is in the air.